it's fine. So that it'll go a little bit faster. Okay, so it said that two of the publications that I wanted to export cannot be found because of the publication ID. I'm going to just skip it and continue, and I will call this COVID sample. Right, and I'm going to save and finish. So what it's essentially done for me at this point is taken those search results from that first page on Scopus. I could select much more. There is a 20,000 document limit to export from Scopus to SciVal. But I just exported a few items, and I've created now a publication set on SciVal. Okay, so the difference between seeing these document results on Scopus is that this is going to be used for more literature discovery, creating a reading list, deciding upon which of these documents I want to save and potentially reference at a later stage. Now on SciVal, I can establish a little bit of trends in the research. I can look at the scholarly output over time. I can look at the leading authors, similar to Scopus, but you will see a very distinct difference now. So this is that publication set. It's been exported, and it's telling me the different subject areas that the publication set focuses on. It tells me the main keywords that are mentioned in those publications. And on the left-hand side, you will see now, based on this new interface on SciVal, various options. So if I said at-home institution, that's my first option. Okay, there's nothing for, I've set my home institution as Stellenbosch. Let me stop sharing for 1 second, please. I want to just export a bigger document. Sorry about this. It might slow my session down because of the number of results. Okay, so I'm back online. Okay, so now I've exported a little bit of a bigger set. So if I select at home institution, it will tell me, based on that list of documents that I found on Scopus, this is what it is for Stellenbosch. So it's showing me that there's a scholarly output of 13, a field-weighted citation impact for those documents is 48.31, citations per publication average around 323. Of these 13 publications, 84% were made with international collaborations, 23% with academic corporate collaborations. And then I have the opportunity to analyze it a little bit further by looking at those actual publication metrics, by looking at the leading authors, by looking at countries and regions, topics that are mentioned, and I can even go further from this point. But I just wanted to show you how to export a set of documents from Scopus into SciVal. So that was our first use case. The second one is, say for example, it says identify the SciVal topics a publication or author contributes to. So another thing you might have been familiar with on Scopus is when you open a document, so on Scopus, remember, you only see the abstract and citation information. So while you're reading this abstract and citation information, you can come across a few menu items on the document. So sustainable development goals being one of them, and then there's SciVal topics. So based on your reading of this document, this is the topic that the document focuses on. It tells you that the prominence of this topic is 98%, which means it's in the top 2. Prominence percentile is 98, which means it's in the top 2%. And perhaps you wanted to delve a little bit deeper into this topic. So you have the opportunity to do so by clicking on the topic, which says immunization programs and immunostimulation and vaccines. Very much in line with what we're researching in this example. So based on this topic, it tells you on Scopus, here are further representative documents. So you can begin to see how the two tools work together and talk to each other. So these are other representative documents. These are the top authors and the key phrase analysis. You can then decide, I want to analyze this topic on SciVal. So now on SciVal, it's opened a topic for me based on that topical area, and I can, as a researcher, analyze this topic. So some of the things I could see, firstly, are the publication metrics. The first page is just a summary. Then you can go a little bit deeper and look at the publication metrics. And it's comparing it as well for all of South Africa and Stellenbosch University. Next, you can see the citation metrics. You can see the key phrases. Right? These are the most used phrases. You can also see it in a chart if you want to change it from table to chart. Or you can see a word cloud. Right? And all of these are clickable results which you can delve deeper into. You will also be able to see collaborations. As well as the impact of this topic in policy and patents. So if I say output cited by policy, I'll be able to see which policies actually cited that document set that I have imported. And it's got the option more actions, view abstract, view in Scopus, view citing documents, or view the policy mentions. So that is the second way you can integrate Scopus and SciVal. So that is when the first one was you did a search, you come across a set of documents, you want to analyze it in SciVal. The second one is you've identified a document on Scopus, you've seen the topic in the document, you want to delve deeper into the topic. You want to really analyze the impact of that topic, the document output, and where the gaps in that topic lie. The next use case you have is to link from any publication modal in SciVal to Scopus for deeper analysis. So before we get into this one, which is going from SciVal into Scopus, I'd like to stop for a minute and ask you all if you were able to open SciVal. Oh, there's a background sound. I think that is my air cooler. Is this better? Sorry about that. I could not see the messages while I was sharing. So were you all able to open SciVal? Okay, so can you also open Scopus and run one of your old searches on Scopus or any search on Scopus and tell me if you are able to export the search results to SciVal as a publication set? We can pause for 4 minutes to allow you the opportunity to open Scopus, run any of your old searches or run a new search, and export those document results by selecting all and selecting export and selecting SciVal and create a publication set. Once you are able to do so, please come back to the chat box and tell me yes if you were successful or no if you were not successful. Okay, it's 11:57. We resume at 12. There's 35 participants on the line, so I do look forward to receiving your responses to confirm that you were able to open the product and you were able to run the Scopus search and integrate it with SciVal, because that would be the first step in us proceeding today with this demonstration on how to get certain information from SciVal. So I'll pause for a minute and give you the opportunity. Hello, everyone. Okay, it is 12, so I'm checking in with you. I have one message that I get an error currently when I try to export from Scopus to SciVal. Could this be a temporary problem? Okay, Marie. Um, I think if you we did have a update that was done on Scopus recently. So if you can clear your cache and try again, if the error is still persisting, please send me an email and I will log a technical query for you. This is my email address. Has everyone else been able to open SciVal as well as to export a document set into the product? Yes, okay. Waiting for anyone else's responses. Okay, let's see what we can do when a publication set is imported into SciVal. Maybe that will help. So let's go to plain SciVal without anything and I will show you what we can do. So when you come into SciVal, it will look like this. The first use case that we discussed was if you'd done a Scopus search and you imported into SciVal, but this is what SciVal pretty much looks like. It has an explore option and it has a compare option. When you select explore, the first thing it tells you is you can explore your home institution. And when you select compare, it's to benchmark and compare various different data sets and publication sets. So let's go with explore your home institution. So I've set my home institution as Stellenbosch, and this is what I can see. Under summary, for your university, you'll be able to see the scholarly output. Let me try and zoom out a little bit here so we can see this nicely. Your scholarly output for the date range 2018 to 2024 for all subject areas. You can always update this. Maybe you want to see for a specific subject area, you can update it here. Okay, but for now, we're looking at all subject areas. It tells me that for this date range, there are 22,893 affiliated publications, of which 58.8% are open access. And when I look at the scholarly output, I can also see this little eye icon, which will guide you along with SciVal. Any metric that has this eye icon, it will give you a definition. It will tell you where this is a useful metric, and it will tell you what to take care with, as well as what to partner the metric with. So you can use other metrics to make a finding. You have the option to export this to a spreadsheet or add it to a report. I see a hand raised. Feel free to unmute. Am I not sharing my screen? Is this better? Sorry. I think maybe the screen wasn't being shared. Uh, it's Mankhadi. If you have another question, please let me know.
Yes, hi, Desri, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I put on my side the summary matrix says I've got 17,804 results, but in your case it says 22,893.
Is
Is
this
this supposed to
for...
happen?
No, it's not supposed to happen. Is this for the same date range, 2018 to 2024?
2018 to 2024. Let's 18 to 20.
Are others
Yeah,
seeing
got it.
this
Yes,
as
it's the
well?
same now. It's the
Okay,
same now. Yes, yeah. Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you so much for your question, though. That's important to make sure that we know that there is different date ranges as well. So thanks for highlighting that. You can go and select them, but they pre-selected date ranges. Only in the benchmarking module can you select it per year. For the overview module, which is the explore module, you have these specific date ranges. So that's the first thing you can see. Next up, you can see authors affiliated to Stellenbosch. and the field-weighted citation impact of the university publications. Field-weighted citation impact, some of you may know this metric already. The benchmark for this metric is 1. Anything above 1 means it's performing higher than the global average. It has an example for you here where it says field-weighted citation impact of more than 1 indicates above the global average for similar publications. For example, 2.11 means 111% more cited than the world average. In this case, it would be 57% more cited than the world average, right? So then you have your citation count for all of these documents, average citation per publication, and H index. These are all nice to know for your university output. It breaks it down by subject area here for you nicely, telling you of those 22,000 publications, where are your subject areas of focus. We can see a strong focus on medical publications, agriculture, biochemistry, and engineering. And then comes the parts which would appeal to you as a researcher. You've got topic clusters and topics. So here I've got these topic clusters, which tells me the research topics that's most popular for your university, which is TB, HIV, COVID-19, plants, and this is heat transfer. You have, as you hover over the topic, the opportunity to analyze this topic at your institution or analyze its impact worldwide. Okay, for your institution, though, there are 832 publications on this topic. Publication share is 2.11%, field-weighted citation impact 1.7, and then prominence percentile 86. And you can see this for all of these topic clusters, and you can actually see more here. I'll come back to showing you what happens with analyzing it at the institution. I just want to go through all that you can see. You see of the university output, which is in the top 10% of journals, and what your collaborations look like. Lower down, your publications with the highest field-weighted citation impact are these. And you also have a link to go and view that publication in Scopus. This most cited publication is, if I view it in Scopus, I'll be able to see the abstract, and then it depends if I have access to the title or not. This is published in the Lancet, which means you will have access to it. That is one of the Elsevier journals. So you can go onto the actual document from here to Scopus, just as you came from Scopus here earlier on in my example. So what else can you see from the Explore Stellenbosch option? You can see your authors. And again, it's for all subject areas in the state range, and it's ranking it by the scholarly output in order of highest scholarly output. So this author, Dan J. Stein, has the highest scholarly output for the state range. Most recent publication was 2024, collectively received 28,852 citations, and has an H index of 153. That is really high. And I can go and analyze his profile by clicking on his name. I'm assuming it's a he. So here I can see this information in greater detail. I can see the author's H5 index, and I can see the recent topics that this author has been publishing on. I can analyze the activity of the author in each of these topics, or analyze it further by looking at research or funding summaries. So let's say, for an example, I'm interested in this topic, I'm interested in this author, I would like to see the funding summary. For this topic, this is the funding summary. It tells you the number of awarded grants, the value, the number of total grants. It will tell you the funding bodies, and you can go view funding bodies to see which funders have been funding for this particular topic, where they are based, the value and the awards count. Okay. Funded institution, you can even go and filter this by region. Let's say for, um, we want to go to South Africa, right? So this is here, select grants awarded to institutions in South Africa by funding bodies in all regions. We don't have all of the local funders in SciVal yet, but this is the international funding information, and you can break it down like this. Okay, that would be of interest to you as a researcher. Now, if I want to go back, you can see that it's now showing me that it's on this topic. So I can go further into this topic and look at different metrics of the topic. But if I want to go back to Stellenbosch, which was the institution that I was looking at, not the topic, I can just go to uh, the institution icon and select Stellenbosch. Right? And then just go to summary, and that'll take me back to where I started. All right. You can also see, I'm just going through some highlights of what you can see for the university. SDGs under research fields. Look at it in a bar graph. Now it'll tell you for Stellenbosch which SDGs do they contribute research to the most, and which of the SDG research garners a high field weighted citation impact per SDG for the university. So you can see there's a focus on good health and well-being from Stellenbosch, which has 5,472 documents indexed related to the SDG, and the field-weighted citation impact is 2.43, which is well above the global average of 1. All right. So maybe at this point, you might say, I want to learn a little bit more about one of these SDGs. Maybe you are interested in affordable and clean energy. Hopefully, you are interested in this because we definitely need more researchers to be interested in this topic in South Africa. So, on this SDG, it tells you the performance, right? It tells you scholarly output, the field weighted citation impact. So, it's the SDG activity for Stellenbosch on this SDG, right? So the international collaborations, the key phrases that I use the most in the publications, and then it gives you some options. Explore the top institutions in South Africa within the current research area by scholarly output, or explore the top institutions worldwide with this research area by scholarly output. Let's go for the first one. Okay, so for this research area, it's by, let's go for publication metrics. You can see the scholarly output. Let's go for in Africa, South Africa, right? And now we can see that for this SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, the universities that publish the most is UJ, UP, UKZN, and Stellenbosch. So you could also, at this stage, say, I'd like to see these 4 institutions together. So I can add it to a panel over here, and I can benchmark. So as you can see, the new interface will lead you Replace current selection. Will lead you in your thought processes as well. It will know as you select those 4 universities, what do you want to do next? You probably want to evaluate the research output for that SDG per university. Okay, so now you've got this nice graph showing you the research output of each university in that SDG for that time frame. You can change the date range here. Remember, I said that for benchmarking, you can select by year, whereas the others you may not have that option. Okay. You also have the opportunity to change this from all subject areas to a subject area from the classification of ASJC to any of the others available for you. And you can add another metric. So if I go to table, I can choose to add one more metric. And maybe I'd like to see cited and field weighted citation impact. And I want to choose this metric. So on top of what I'm seeing, I'd also like to see the field weighted citation impact. So now I've got scholarly output field weighted citation impact. A nice feature as well is that you can, in the benchmarking module, view timeline motion chart. So you can see for the date range you've selected, how the research output has changed per university over time for this SDG. That's quite nice to see as well. Okay, so in terms of research output per year, including the field weighted citation impact, this is what it looks like over time. You can also include show trail so you can see nicely how this is improving. Okay, so let's stop a bit again and let me give you the opportunity to do what I have just done. It might seem complicated, but I'm going to go over the steps slowly. So I was on the Explore module. I had selected, I'm just going to clean my selection here. I had selected Stellenbosch University. Right, so the steps are Explore, Stellenbosch University, SDGs. Where's that? Here we go, SDGs. And then it came up with a bar chart. Then I selected the SDG of interest, which was affordable and clean energy. And then it gave me the option at the bottom to explore the top institutions in South Africa within that SDG. Then I selected South Africa here. And then I selected the universities to compare. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I see another question. Please feel free to ask.
Thank you.
Mhm.
On my screen, maybe it's another user error. So on my screen, I can see activity of Stellenbosch when I click on the SDG,
Mhm.
and I go down, but it does not seem to give me the option to compare.
Do you want to share your
Don't know if
screen with me?
I'm very happy to do so.
Okay. While we're doing this, if the other participants would want to give it a try to open SciVal, find Stellenbosch as an entity, from the Explore module, go to the SDGs, analyze one of the SDGs, and then select View Top Institutions for South Africa. Let me know if you were able to do that. We'll give it like 2 minutes. So in the time being, Mankhadi, you can share your screen with me.
Can you see my
Okay.
screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Scroll down. I'm just going to minimize this. If I scroll down, as you can see, it does not give me the option to compare.
Okay, close this.
Closing it.
Go up a little bit. Just you can see where it says new navigation, that little radio button.
Yes.
Toggle that to the old navigation. Okay, and now select try new navigation. Just want to see if it will populate that for you. Okay, now select one of the SDGs. Okay, still not giving you that option.
Hmm. I think I had a similar issue when I was looking at the authors as well.
Okay, let's close
Give
this.
me more and more.
Let me just check you are with Stellenbosch. SDG, you select this. Okay. Select another one. Let me just see what happens.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's strange.
Taneshri,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I know we don't subscribe to all the modules, and I'm not quite sure where this part fits in now. We only subscribe to 3 modules.
It should still show you the
Should it? Okay.
benchmarking.
No, I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure about that. Thanks.
Hmm.
But that's also a good point. But I think benchmarking is included.
Hmm.
Let me double check that quickly.
Ooh,
Mm,
yeah, it should be included. Yes.
Okay. Where am I? Okay. Has anyone else been experiencing the same?
So I don't think everybody follow you online now. So
Okay.
I haven't done that now as well. So I'm
Okay.
just listening.
Okay. No problem. No
Thanks.
problem. Thank you. Just gonna try
Yeah,
and
so I think I'll just wait for everyone to come back and say if experiencing the same thing. If not, then probably it's just my account or setting somewhere. So you don't mind if I show you the authors as well now while we're still here?
no, yeah, no, it's fine. But let me see if I can give you a different way of doing this.
Sure, sure.
So you are under SDG. So if you click on those
Mm.
three lines, that's at the top under the SciVal icon.
The three lines, top and
It's orange.
the
On yeah, right. So if you go to the second last option,
research area.
mhm, okay, and you go to search, type in SDG. Yeah, let's click on one of them. Yeah, okay, and now go to on the menu bar on the left hand side, scroll down to institutions. Yeah, that
Institution
should,
learner.
yeah, okay, and here you'll be able to pick up your institutions, but here top 10 institutions only. Okay, so this has pretty much gotten us to this point, but we need to go to institution, that heading. Let's see this institution on blue. Okay, no, that's just to order it.
And sorry, was it on my left hand side or still in the main area?
Okay, I think this particular one, let's go to authors above that. Sorry, under contribution.
Recent.
Okay, because it's SDG.
Hmm.
You chose the 2023 one. Okay. Can you just click on the compare drop down for me, please, at the top?
Head of done. Yeah.
I just want to see what options you get. Okay, that is right. Okay, so go back to institutions.
The institution. Yeah.
Mm, Okay, this is strange. Okay, let's click on University of Johannesburg, number 8. Okay, that is SDG, University of Johannesburg. Okay, so from University of Johannesburg, click, can you see research fields? Go to SDG. Mm-hmm. Right. So click on any one of these SDGs. Okay, come down a little bit. Okay, so I need to check if you, maybe there is a problem with your access to the collaboration, sorry, the module, as she suggested, the one for benchmarking. So,
Mm,
but it's getting us to this point, and then I will come back to you about this.
okay.
But for now, we usually, if we gotten to that
Mm-hmm.
point, we can just go one step further.
Okay.
But here, let's just continue for now, and then I'll come back
Yeah,
to you
yeah.
with your access for that particular module.
Okay.
Um,
Thank
I like that you shared your screen, though. You can just click on relative activity chart.
you. Relative activity chart.
Just want to show some more things here. Ah, there's it there. It's here. So you can see compared to in the right-hand side, it says to all
Mm,
South Africa, just to Stellenbosch. Click below
mm,
to select your university. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the bar chart next to relative. Yeah.
mm,
Okay. Right. So come down a little bit more. Okay, there's no other option. It's fine.
mm.
I'll take
Okay.
it from here, but then at least you can
Okay.
see the compare under relative activity chart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay then.
Right, so far today we were able to see how you get from Scopus to SciVal, how to export your publication sets, and how to view the SDGs by your university and potentially compare that to other universities. I'm going to quickly show you how to analyze that publication sets that you may import into SciVal. So I'm going to go back to SciVal home.
Come in. Yeah, we're gonna bump.
Right? And I'm going to go to my home institution and I will go to entities, publication set, And I have one already saved here which is your publication output that I imported for COVID-19. So in the original example of when we exported those search results from Scopus into SciVal, this is the analysis of those search results. So in this example, you originated here in Scopus, you found 800 somewhat documents on the COVID-19 vaccines, and you want to analyze this from a top view. So you came into SciVal, you've looked at it, you can see your scholarly output, the authors, the field-weighted citation impact of that research output, and you can see it looks very good. You can also come down and look at all of this publication information as well as those top cited publications. You can also do this. So for this publication set, you can look at the highest contributors based on the set that you had in Scopus. So now it tells you for this research area, these are the top contributors. And again, I would be able to do this and select compare over time, which will show it to me in a graphical format. Okay. Or I can go to authors based on that publication set and go in detail for each of these authors. Go onto any of their profiles. So maybe I'm looking for this particular author. Look at the details here. Look at the topics here that the author is contributing to. And then it says explore activity of your institution within current publication set or explore the top authors. I'm going to go for this option. Right? So now it's showing me my institution's publication, which is filtered to Stellenbosch for that publication set. I can also look at the key phrases, the top key phrases that are mentioned for this publication set in a word cloud. I can also go to the compare module, go to all metrics, and I can compare various publication sets. So these are my research areas. I'm going to unselect that. This menu bar is telling you what you want to compare. So you can compare institutions, for example, Stellenbosch and DUT and UJ. It's just comparing institutional output now. Or I can deselect all. I've got a blank slate now, and I can go to publications, and I can compare these two publication sets. I can always change my X and Y axis to suit whatever I'm looking for, but this is what benchmarking is going to do for me. I can also compare different research groups and authors that I have set up. I can compare research entities or topics. So in this example, I can compare these two topical areas. And again, if I want to compare my different SDGs, I can compare my research in line with, or maybe I can use this one, in line with maybe gender equality and SDG 10 and my COVID-19 research. So I can update this graph and make it analyze and benchmark any of these items: institutions, authors, publication sets, countries, topics, and research areas. The difference between topics and research areas is that these research areas are predefined for you on SciVal. You can also define your own, but it analyzes the actual research area for you so that you can get an overview, understand all about it, all about the funding, all about the trends, collaborators, leading institutes. So it kind of gives you a holistic view of a research area. Topic is going to drill down into that topical area. So you can access this from the Explore module. Benchmarking is just there for comparison purposes, but you can always do this also in your Explore module. So let's say we're taking a topic. You can really explore this topic in the Explore module. But when you want to benchmark and compare, you're going to go to this particular module. So it's just the tool. It is quite a tough tool to take control of at first. But if you are starting with Scopus, this is how I also use SciVal. I start always with Scopus. When I get to a topic that I need to analyze from a high level view, when I get to wanting to find out who the funders are, then I will export it to SciVal. Or if I want to see it like this, going from this is now Scopus, from this topic I want to delve deeper, I'll then go and export it to Excel. Or even on the author profile. So say, for example, you are on Scopus author profile of this author, and you're reading more about the author, you're coming to the topics of the author. You want to analyze this topic in greater detail. It will lead you to analyze it in SciVal. So I am at the top of my hour. So I'm really thankful that you have given me a few extra minutes. If there is any extra time, I'd love to take any questions you might have on this quick overview that we've done of how you can use SciVal in the research process. I don't want to be disrespectful as well to the organizers, so I'll stop here and let you guide me as to whether I should take any more questions or.
Thank you so much, Danish. I think we can just take one or two questions because we're really behind.
Yes,
yeah. We've run over. In the chat box, there's no question, but I will allow just one or two questions from the floor. If there's anyone who wants to ask a question, you're more than welcome to lift up your hand or raise your hand. Okay. In the absence of questions, I'd like to take this opportunity, to thank you so much for presenting us with this tool for mapping and analyzing research performance. And I hope for those who are really looking into understanding what's happening in various research fields and subjects, and also who are looking for collaborators, this is a very useful tool. I find it. I am now going to hand over to our Director of Research Services, Dr. SciVal Bangani, to do some word of thanks and also conclude the Library Research Week of 2024. Over to you, Dr. Bangani.
Thank you so much, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. The 12th Annual Library Research Week draws to a close as we mark the beginning of a new chapter of many of you in your pursuit of research excellence. We hope that this week has equipped you with the tools and inspiration to reach your goals. During the launch of this event, Ms. Tice reminded us of the importance of striving for excellence throughout the research process, from conception and execution to dissemination and impact of your findings. I trust that each of you will carry out exceptional research that contributes to sustainable human development, as our guest speaker, Professor Moyo, alluded to during the opening of the Research Week. For those writing articles, we hope the tools and insights shared this week will help you to complete your work. If you are working on a thesis or dissertation, may these resources support you in finishing your studies. And if you are writing a book or book chapter, we hope you feel empowered to see it through to completion. Over the past few days, we have attended enlightening presentations covering topics from proposal writing to research methods, from research data management and data analysis tools to research impact and publishing tools, and open access and transformational agreements. Our goal was to provide a comprehensive coverage of the entire research process. We are also reminded to be mindful of our well-being by creating a close mutual beneficial relationships with nature. Indeed, if we are striving for research excellence, we should also be mindful of researcher well-being. Researchers are human too. They do need inspiration. I extend my gratitude to all the presenters and speakers who contributed to the success of the 2024 Library Research Week. Professors Sibusiso Moyo, Suzanne van Wyk, Stian Lamprecht, Marina Manley, and Karen Esler. Ms. Ellen Tice, doctors Michael McCall, Cindy Steenkamp, and Elizabeth Leroux. Ms. Melanie Lynette Berkeley, Ms. Daneshri Moodle, who just spoke now, Mr. Kabiso Klesi, Mr. Kirchner van Deventer, Ms. Heila Mare, Ms. Marie Roux, and Mr. Sakile Mngomezulu. Special thanks to the members of the Library Research Week Organizing Committee, Ms. Lucinda Rath, Ms. Hanley Stradom, Ms. Heila Mare, Ms. Alvina Mathieu, Ms. Pagama Ngumbe, Mr. Kirchner van Defender, Mr. Bruce Lewis, and Mr. Songezo Mpikashe. It has been an honor to chair this dedicated group. Additionally, I would like to express my appreciation to Mr. Kirchner van Defender for his behind-the-scenes work on MS Teams, ensuring that everything ran smoothly. Thank you to everyone who attended the sessions throughout the week. Your time, attention, and engagement have been invaluable. Remember, if you attended more than 3 sessions, you are eligible for a certificate of attendance upon request. We hope that each of you has gained something meaningful from these sessions, no matter how small it may be. As your library, we are committed to working alongside you on your journey towards research excellence. We look forward to seeing you again next year. Thank you so much. Thanks, colleagues, and goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Hope to see you again next year.